Welcome to Deep Learning Fundamentals. Across 5 chapters we'll build intuition and practice-ready understanding, from perceptrons to GANs step by step. This course is designed for CS students and practitioners. We'll balance math rigor with visual intuition. Expect concepts that translate cleanly to code and experiments. Let's begin with the foundations of neural networks. We will use consistent visuals, captions, and concise bullet points. Feel free to pause whenever you want to review a diagram. Chapter 1. Key building blocks and datasets. We start from a single artificial neuron. Some linear algebra and calculus will help. Our approach: intuition first, equations second, examples always. Ready? Let's build. Chapter 1 starts now. A neuron computes a weighted sum plus bias, z equals w dot x plus b. Perceptrons use a step activation to produce binary outputs. Geometrically, the perceptron learns a separating hyperplane, but it cannot solve problems like XOR that are not linearly separable. Nonlinear activations like Sigmoid, Tanh, and ReLU enable complex functions. The bias shifts decision thresholds to fit data better. Loss functions quantify prediction error to guide learning. Common choices include mean-squared error and cross-entropy for classification. Stack neurons into layers to form multi-layer perceptrons. With enough units, MLPs can approximate many functions. Without non-linear activations, multiple linear layers collapse into one. MNIST is the classic digit dataset for quick experiments. ImageNet catalyzed deep learning progress in vision. Practical tip: start with ReLU, consider variance if neurons die. Key takeaways: weighted sums, nonlinear activations, and loss. Next, training these networks. The forward pass transforms inputs through layers to outputs. As parameters update, decision boundaries become more accurate. Training seeks minima on a complex loss landscape. To descend that landscape, we need gradients. Enter backpropagation and the chain rule. Captions and highlights will track key terms throughout. Perceptron, activations, loss, multilayers, datasets, locked in. Now let's compute gradients efficiently. Prepare for computational graphs and the backward pass. Chapter 2 begins. We represent computations as directed acyclic graphs. The forward pass computes outputs and caches intermediates. The backward pass uses the chain rule to propagate gradients. At each node, local derivatives multiply upstream gradients. For a linear layer, then ReLU, then loss, each derivative is simple. We accumulate gradients for each parameter for optimization. Libraries like PyTorch or TensorFlow build and traverse graphs for you. Backprop trades memory for speed by caching intermediates. We can gradient check small models with finite differences. Remember, graphs, forward caching, backward chaining. Next, gradient descent and mini-batches. A training loop runs forward, backward, and parameter updates. Data flows into loaders through the model to the optimizer. Quick check: chain rule composes local derivatives. Up next, descent strategies and regularization. Gradient descent moves opposite the gradient to decrease loss. Learning rate controls step size. Too small is slow, too large diverges. Mini-batch SGD estimates the gradient with small random subsets. Stochasticity can help escape saddles and poor minima. Regularization like weight decay discourages large weights. Early stopping halts training before overfitting. Case study: training an MLP on MNIST with SGD and weight decay. We covered descent, mini-batches, and regularization basics. Next, a compact case study end-to-end, then onward to shallow models. Continuing. Chapter 2. Batch size trades gradient variance against compute efficiency. Learning rate schedules like step decay or cosine often improve convergence. Momentum adds a velocity term to smooth and accelerate updates. Use L2, sometimes L1, early stopping, and data augmentation as needed. Case study: an MLP for MNIST with cross-entropy loss. Watch training and validation curves over epochs. Weight decay improves generalization and stabilizes training. Examine misclassifications to diagnose failure modes. A quick sweep of learning rates can reveal a good regime. With basic tuning, 98% accuracy is typical. Key levers: batch size, schedule, regularization, diagnostics. Next, shallow neural networks and classic ML links. We will connect logistic regression and SVMs to neural nets. Onward. Chapter 3 starts now. Binary classification predicts probabilities of 2 classes. Logistic regression: sigma of w dot x plus b. We minimize cross-entropy between labels and predicted probabilities. Updating weights moves the decision boundary to separate classes. Support vector machines maximize the margin around the separator. They use hinge loss and focus on support vectors. Kernels implicitly map to higher dimensional feature spaces. Logistic gives calibrated probabilities. SVM often strong with proper kernels. A shallow neural net generalizes logistic with learned features. Use L2 and early stopping to control variance. You've seen logistic regression and SVM foundations. Next, autoencoders and word embeddings. Captions remain enabled throughout. Continuing Chapter 3, Part 2, Incoming. Autoencoders learn compressed representations by reconstructing inputs. We minimize reconstruction loss, often MSE or binary cross-entropy. Denoising autoencoders add noise and learn to recover the signal. Undercomplete forces compression, overcomplete needs regularization. Word2vec learns word embeddings from co-occurrence statistics. CBOW predicts the target word from its context. Skipgram predicts surrounding words from the center word. Negative sampling efficiently approximates softmax training. Embeddings capture semantic relations through vector arithmetic. Key ideas: reconstruction, context prediction, and sampling. Next up, deep learning optimization principles. We will tackle depth and gradient issues. Onward. Chapter 4. Incoming. Continuing. Depth can represent functions more compactly than width alone, but gradients can vanish or explode as they backpropagate. Use Xavier for Tanh-like activations, He for ReLU families. ReLU's non-saturation helps maintain signal flow. Residual connections ease optimization by preserving gradients. Normalization techniques stabilize layer activations. Depth is powerful, tame it with good in it, skips, and normalization. Next, momentum, Newton methods, and more. Monitor gradient norms to catch vanishing or exploding early. Continuing Chapter 4, onward to optimization details. Part 2 starts now. Continuing. Momentum averages gradients to speed descent along valleys. Nesterov looks ahead before computing gradients, improving responsiveness. Newton uses curvature but is expensive. Quasi-Newton approximates it. Adaptive optimizers scale learning rates per parameter. Batch norm normalizes activations, then learns scale and shift. It accelerates training and adds regularization. Use warm-up, weight decay, gradient clipping, and mixed precision. A learning rate finder scans A to locate a good range. Save checkpoints and seed RNGs for reproducibility. Momentum, curvature-aware methods, batch norm, and battle-tested tricks. Next, how deep learners generalize. Onward to bias variance and modern generative models. Chapter 5, Incoming. Generalization balances bias and variance. Overfitting memorizes noise, hurting test performance. Underfitting lacks capacity to capture structure. L2 discourages large weights, improving smoothness. Augmentation expands data support and invariances. Stop when validation performance peaks to avoid overfit. Dropout randomly drops units approximating an ensemble of thinned nets. Tune hyperparameters with random or Bayesian search. These tools help control generalization. Next, ensembles, VAEs, and GANs. Continuing Chapter 5, Part 2, Incoming. Ensembles average predictions to reduce variance. Use bagging or snapshot ensembles for efficiency. Variational autoencoders learn probabilistic latents. The loss combines reconstruction and a KL divergence regularizer. Smooth latent spaces enable meaningful interpolation. GANs pit a generator against a discriminator in a minimax game. They optimize opposing objectives, improving sample realism. Stabilize training with careful losses and normalization. Use metrics like FID to measure generative quality. We covered ensembles in 2 key generative paradigms. Next, summary, and next steps. Almost there. Conclusion starts now. Let's recap what you learned. 5 chapters, 1 cohesive foundation, core equations, neurons, loss, gradients, and probabilistic terms. Practical steps that improve almost any training run. Think in pipelines, data, model, training, validation, deployment. Next steps include CNNs, transformers, and self-supervised learning. Explore papers, open-source repos, and curated courses. Blend intuition, mathematics, and hands-on practice. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more AI content. Find chapter timestamps, slides, and code templates below. Credits and assets listed in the description. Up next, CNNs in practice and Transformers 101. See you in the next lesson.